Hello guys and welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to learn how to model this fence that you see here. These are some of the assets you pay a whole lot of money for online to buy, but you really don't have to pay for assets that are so easy to model. It's just gonna take a few minutes and you're gonna model a fence for yourself and you could use it in your project. So that's enough being said, let's jump in. So with the new scene opened up in Blender, you wanna go ahead and select all of the default objects and delete. You wanna go Shift A, Mesh, and Plane. This is what we're gonna use. So tap in. You want to scale this up a little bit and then go ahead and subdivide and give it numbers of cuts. You wanna go ahead and make this 15. So we have 15 numbers of cuts. Now you want to scale this on the x-axis to give it some width, and you want to box select these faces, and you want to go ahead and poke faces, right? And right click again and go ahead and tries to quads, and we have this, right? Very easy, very simple. We're going to go to modifiers and give it a wireframe modifier. Now with this modifier, now we already have our very basic fence, but let's increase the thickness. We want to give it some thickness. We want to give it as a matter of fact, let's just go 0.061. If you tap in, this is what you have, right? You don't have to worry, we haven't applied the modifier. Let's go RX. Oh, okay, sorry. Control Z to undo that. A to select everything. RX90. Press enter, and your front view, this is what you have. Now in edit mode, let's check that boundary. In edit mode it won't look like this, but in object mode it will look like this. So when you apply the modifier, we can go ahead and give it some more thickness. When you apply the modifier, that's when you'd see it in edit mode like this. So this is basically what we have for our fence. So let's apply this. So when you tap in now, you see that it maintains the fence you know geometry. It doesn't change back to that plane that we had earlier. So we want to move this GZ1, no, GZ3, but let's just tap in it, select everything, GZ3, and then you have it like that. You can try to align it with the grid. Actually, just try to align it with the grid like that, and you can Shift D to duplicate this if you want, but that's going to increase your polygon. So what I'll do is tap out in object mode and Alt D. With Alt D, I can move it like that. What I'm doing here is I'm just instancing, then Shift R to repeat that action, and you have as many fans as you want. So one good thing about instancing your mesh is that it doesn't increase the amount of polygons. So you don't crowd your scene with too much polygons, or your GPU doesn't have too much to process and leading to your system crashing. So just instance this by pressing Alt D. You don't have to Shift D and duplicate. Duplicating it will just make your work quite stressful. And you can select any of them at any point and just customize it the way you want. But this has been the tutorial. I'm just trying to teach you guys how to make this fence, and there's a whole bunch of stuff you could do from this. I'm sure you can model a different fence, give it a hexagon shape or whatever shape you want to give it. I'm just going to go to the top view, it select everything, and Alt D and instance it again to this side. The polygon has not changed, the amount of polygon has not changed, my scene is not choked up, and my GPU or CPU, whatever you're using, is not is not overworked, is not worked up. So this has been the tutorial, guys. Thank you for watching, and I would see you next time.